You're watching TV20. We are Cleveland.
Cleveland State University's Viking Field, where it is the Cleveland Municipal School District Girls Fast Pitch Championship between the John Hay Lady Hornets and the James Ford Rhodes Lady Rams. Hi, I'm Tim Wells, and our partners that are in the house. First, we have Michelle Rivera, again back for another year, and we have the president of the Greater Cleveland Umpires, Colin Robertson, and he's telling me I better leave him alone today, so we're going to be careful about that.
I've never thrown an announcer out.
This might be the first time.
Well, first of all, Michelle, we've been here year after year, and we know it basically comes down to pitching and throwing the strikes, and we're looking at Rhodes, who now is setting a record. If they win today, they'll be the first school to win it 5 years in a row.
Wow, that's outstanding.
And John Hayes got their hands full. If they can throw strikes and be in this game, we could have a heck of a game, but it's going to come down to that. What do you see as far as potential for hitting in this game and when you're looking at these teams?
Well, it looks like, just looking at the overall stats with Rhodes, it looks like that they are a pretty strong hitting team. Not only that, is they look like they have some good pitching behind them as well. And that's always a good thing to have. If you're not hitting, you want your pitcher to pick you up. If your pitcher's not throwing strikes, you want your hitters to pick you up. So it looks like they have both.
So, folks, a high-scoring game is going to favor the Rhodes Rams. We'll see if John Hay can keep it close. Right now, we're going to go over to Edwin Santiago for the player introductions. Ed?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viking Field for the CMSD's 2019 Girls Softball Championship, featuring the Lady Hornets and the Lady Rams. Introducing John Hayes Lady Hornets. Junior, word number 8, Anaya Samad. Word number 13 is the sophomore, Jordan Shelton. Number 15 is the junior, Emily Gorman. Number 17 is sophomore, Brooklyn Flanagan. And their starting lineup. Shortstop, wearing number 3, Kiesha Williams. Number 5, catcher, Emily Kazuli. In center field, wearing number 2, Nayeli Santana. Doing the pitching, wearing number 4, Isabel Meltzer. And second base, batting 5th, number 14, Nicole Delaney. Third base, number 19, Alexa Phillips. Playing left field, batting 7, wearing number 7, Nia Bradley. 23 for first baseman, bats 8th, Ariana Powell. Right fielder batting 9th, Cheyenne Maxwell. Lady Hornets are coached by Rick Canuch and Mr. Greg Gouch. Let's meet the Lady Rams. We're number 2, Karina Santiago. Number 4, Jocelyn Stone. Number 6 is Kayla Cunningham. Senior, wearing number 15, Madeline Kuczynski. 16 is a freshman, Christina Petrovsky. Number 17, sophomore, Kayla Hernandez. Sophomore, number 18, Shirley Soto. For their starting lineup. Playing first base, junior, number 3, Beyonce O'Neill. Doing the catching, we're number 13, senior, Brenda Bermudez. Shortstop, number 14, Brianna Vasquez. Yeah! Doing the pitching, junior, number 19, Annalise Metro. We're number 10, playing third base, junior, Tiana Hernandez. Second base, number 9, junior, Aaliyah Howes. Junior, playing left field, number 8, Marie Hernandez. Junior playing in right field, number 12, Judy Gross. Number 1 for center fielder, senior Kellyanne Santiago. Lady Rams are coached by Mr. Jack Whitkey and assisted by Mr. Tom Millay. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise, remove your caps, and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, folks, as you can see, we are moments away from today's start of the softball fast pitch game here at Cleveland State University.
Officials for today's game: first base umpire Ms. Susan Schnurr, plate umpire Ron Zuka, and on third base Mr. Paul Kendrick.
And as you heard Edwin Santiago introducing the umpires, we'll first take a look at them before we begin. Over here at Cleveland State, as we mentioned, on the left is Susan Schnurr. She'll be over at first base. 27 years as an umpire from Finneytown High School in Cincinnati. In the middle is Ron Zuka, the home plate umpire. He is a graduate of St. Ignatius in 1988. 21 years as an umpire. He's a math teacher over at Euclid High School. And on the right is Paul Kendrick from Charleston, West Virginia, 1964. 15 years as an umpire, and he is the head of the maintenance at the condos at Lake House. And again, let's start first of all and talk about a little bit about the keys to the game, and let's look at the John Hay Hornets. When you're looking at John Hay, what did the coach tell us, Michelle, that they need to do today?
Well, it looks like what the John Hay coach is looking for them to everybody do their jobs. Comes down to fundamentals. They want them to keep focused, mental toughness throughout the game. He wants his pitchers to throw strikes. That's key right now. You know, his starters are very important. He has 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 5 seniors right now. So there's some people out there with some experience. They've been here.
6-1 in the league, 6-4 overall. But now you look at the Rhodes Rams, 9-0, 15-4 overall, led by Jack Whitkey. What did he tell you about his team today?
Well, Coach Whitkey, you know, he's been here also. You know, this could be number 5 for him. You know, he's looking for solid defense. He needs to get those 3 outs. That's what he's looking for every single inning, 3 outs. He's looking for the girls to be more disciplined at the plate. He wants patience. He wants them to pick out their pitches. He wants his pitcher to throw strikes. Also, he has 7 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 1 senior, so he also has experience out there.
Okay, now when you look at the John Hay starting lineup, they'll start off with number 3, Keasia Williams at short. Emily Kozel will bat second and catch. Nea Santana, the center fielders, batting third. Isabel Metzler, the pitcher. Nicole Delaney, Alexa Phillips, Nia Badley, Ariana Powell, and Cheyenne Maxwell. And for defense, for the Rhodes Rams, how do they line up, Michelle?
Okay, it's looking like we have Beyonce O'Neill. She's playing first base. She's number 3. Number 13, catcher, Brenda Bermudez. Number 14, shortstop, Brianna Vasquez. Number 19, pitcher, Annalise Metro. Third base, we have Tiana Hernandez. Number 10. Number 9, playing second base, Aaliyah Howes. In left field, we have number 8, Lee Marie Hernandez. we also have in right field number 12, Judy Gross. And in center field, we have Kellyanne Santiago, number 1.
So 2-0 count right off the bat. And again, leading off is number 3, 3.8 grade point average.
I am truly impressed with these ladies with their grade point averages. It is absolutely amazing.
They'll take one high. And again, for you folks at home, they've been rained out, and now they're come back after a few days. So we might see a little rust here in the beginning. There it is. 3-1 count. Again, Keisha Williams, we asked the girls before the game, you know, what was their career ambitions, and we'll be sharing those with you as we go through today's game.
Okay, it's looking like she's settling in.
Yeah.
The nerves, the jitters are down.
And the first chance we'll get, we'll let you know what Coach Jack Whipke said about his starting pitcher today. So the first person comes up with a walk. And now batting is their catcher, number 5, Emily Kozel, 3.8. She's a senior, hitting .423 on the year.
And she easily takes second. They're down for a stolen base on that one. Looks like Emily wants to be a biologist, and she's an Indians fan. Little high on that pitch.
Tell you what, I like the patience early in the ball game.
Okay.
1-2 count. It is a balmy 65 degrees. We got winds coming from left to right. Take one up high. They're going to throw down to third, and she's in there. They caught her napping a little bit.
A little bit of speed there. You know, it's kind of hard on Coach right now. You want your number 2 batter to bat, to bunt, to get the runner over. But with this type of a batting average, you can't take the bat out of her hands. You want her to swing away.
Absolutely. He's .595 on base percentage, too.
So that means she has some patience at the plate as well.
Line drive right back. And
nice shot.
so that's the first out of the inning. And now batting, number 2, Nayala Santana, a sophomore, .522. She's their second leading hitter average-wise.
She has a .656 on base percentage as well. So not only has she got a good bat, but she's got a good eye. She gets on there. All right, now she's seen it. See what she does with this next pitch. Just missed. Swing and a miss.
She was right on it. Gonna try Fane. Loves to play basketball. Fouls that one back.
Yep, she's doing her job. You got to stay in there to get your pitch.
Colin, that's one of the challenges with an umpire when you're first starting a ball game. You're trying to get a read on where they're going to be around the plate. Does that affect how those strikes are going to be called?
No, it shouldn't. Has a foul ball.
Oh.
So that's a huge out there, Michelle.
Sure is.
So second out, and now you're to their cleanup hitter, Isabel Metzler.
Has a foul ball.
A league all-star, 4.0 junior. 636 batting average.
Well, that's who I'd want up to bat if I had to run around third right now. She wants to be an engineer. It's always good to have a pitcher that can hit as well.
Absolutely. Take one up high. Their previous matchup, which was the second game of the year, and it was freezing cold. I'm sure they were down at Brookside Park, and it was like 23-8.
Wow.
But their tournament game, the Hornets beat Lincoln West 20-5. So they've done a lot of improvement since then.
Mother Nature's definitely not been kind to us this year.
I don't know. It seems like whoever had that global warming theory, they got lost somewhere here, because it's been just.
I agree.
We had so much rain this year. Oh my Lord.
Nice off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it used to be the umpires were ready to go, and then you just sit at home and wait to get the call. You're canceled today.
Yeah, it's frustrating, not only on the players, the coaches, the officials.
And then next thing you know, you're playing back-to-back games. That's tough on your players.
It is tough.
And it's the end of the school year. They're doing finals.
Yep.
Wrapping things up. You have prom.
They get the first one on, a couple stolen bases, but they couldn't do nothing with it. In the middle of the first, they get one walk, but no score. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineup from the James Ford Rhodes Lady Rams. Leading off will be number 3, Beyonce O'Neill at first base. The catcher, Brenda Bermudez. Number 13. All of these are league all-stars. Brianna Vasquez, another league all-star at shortstop. Number 14. She's a terrific hitter you're going to want to see. And then the pitcher, Annalise Metro. She is the MVP of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Softball League. Then you have Tiana Hernandez playing third, Aaliyah House at second base, Lamari Hernandez in left, Judy Gross in right, and Kellyanna Santiago in center. And when you look at the defense for the John Hay Hornets, what do we have, Michelle?
For defense, we have behind the plate, we have Emily Kazuli. First base, we have Ariana Powell. Second base, we have Nicole Delaney. At shortstop, we have Kiesia Williams. Third base, we have Alexa Phillips. Left field, we have Nia Bradley. Center field, we have Niala Santana. In right field, we have Cheyenne Maxwell. And on the mound, we have Isabella Metzler.
And we had a chance to catch up with Rick Canuck, the head coach of the John Hay Lady Hornets, and we asked his views of his starting pitcher today.
Coach Canuck for the John Hay Hornets. I'd like to take a moment to talk about my starting pitcher, Isabel Meltzer. She is a junior. She's got outstanding velocity. If she could just control her fastball and throw strikes, I think we have a good chance of winning today.
And again, we want to also tell you that as we go through today, we're going to be talking about some of the champions that played a big role this year at the Cleveland Metropolitan School District in the variety of the sports. And every year, Michelle, we talk about these kids that graduate. Where do they go from here? What are the things they need to prepare? And, you know, your daughter has had such a phenomenal year in her school. You know,
yeah.
And I think she's put some gas mileage on that car, going from all over from one state to the next.
Yeah, we're heading to the College World Series. We're heading to Mississippi next week. So, you know, there's a lot of preparation. Number one is school. Have to have the grades. Have to have time to practice. Stay off social media. Just do the right thing.
So, leading off for the Rhodes Rams, League All-Star, batting .468, their first baseman, Beyonce O'Neill.
All right, Beyonce looks like she's got a 3.4 grade average. She wants to be a firefighter, Tim. I love it. But look at who her favorite team is.
The Cubs.
Oh, come on.
Hey, you go to Wrigley Field one time, you'll fall in love with those Cubbies.
Yeah.
I went one time to the Cubs. Commissioners told the guy down, take Tim with you so we can relax. He said, I got great seats. The only thing behind me was air. We were at the top row. Take one outside. 2-0, and this was one of the keys, throwing strikes.
Yeah.
You know, both teams said, hey, we got to throw strikes. We can't play defense. Give them their only 3 outs.
Well, on the mound we have Isabel Metzer. They call her Izzy. That's her nickname. So right now I hear him saying, come on, Izzy.
You want to see some speed, watch this girl at first base. She has some speed.
Okay.
She'll be off on the
What I
first
like to
pitch.
see.
You watch.
Brenda Brunez, their catcher and league all-star, hitting .431 on the season. There she goes.
Oh, yeah.
There's the throw. Not a
she
bad
was in
throw
easy.
at all.
No,
But you are right, Mr. Robertson. She got a heck of a jump.
it's up easy.
Yep, that's the easy part.
When asked about Bermudez behind the plate, we were told how solid she is. They said she's definitely a solid player back there, tough. Fields her position well back there. Saves them a lot of pass balls.
Yes, she does. She's an excellent catcher.
I know Colin will probably admit it if I ask him, but I know the first thing that the umpires love is when they got an excellent catcher in front of them that can catch the ball and block it and protect them from getting nailed every other pitch.
Well, we always tell the catcher, what's your number 1 job? And that is protect the umpire. If not, we have a problem.
Right.
2-1 count.
The strike zone, are you trying to say it gets smaller then?
Oh, here comes an error and it cost them a run.
It's on an error.
There is when the legs and the speed of Beyonce O'Neal creates the first run for the Rhodes Rams. So they're up 1-0 here.
All right, the pressure's off. You just go up there and do her job.
Wow. She put
Speed
that
in there.
one right in there.
That was a nice pitch.
Give me a few more of those and we're in
Yes.
business. That was a great pitch by Isabel Metzler.
She's only a junior.
Yeah,
She's got another year.
full count. And they're going to call that inside or
Little,
low.
yeah, little. That was on the chalk.
Now, here's another catcher. She'll be off. She has some speed also.
So now number 14, Brianna Vasquez, their shortstop. 429 on the season, 4.0 grade point average. She wants to be a registered nurse. Tell you, these young ladies, they're going for the big bucks. They know what jobs are out there making money.
Motivation. And to be a student athlete, that tells you a lot. They're able to handle both. Couple wild pitches there. When asked about Brianna Vasquez, what her, best talents are, they were saying, she's got a very strong arm, good defense, and the best part of that about it is they said she had soft hands.
Very intense. A few games I've had her, she's very, very intense.
Man, I don't mind the win, but don't be too hard on us.
Yeah. She got a piece of that.
Three 3-1 count. Fouled one off there. You got Bermudez on third. Nobody out. And then you got your cleanup hitter on deck. Rhodes looking to get an early start early, and they hit one back to the pitcher. She makes the throw, but they'll pick up another run.
That's good base running. Very good base running.
So now it'll be Annalise Metro Their pitcher, number 19, MVP of the league, hitting .425.
Very experienced player, and she's known as a tough out.
I remember her last year. She played a pretty good first base at the time, too.
Sure did.
Wasn't that her sister who was pitching last year? Or was it a year before?
Well,
her sister did. She's sitting right back there.
Yeah. We can ask her, but I
No, she pitched for Rhodes.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I know Colin's got more memory than I got
Right.
now. So I can't.
Well, he sees them coming up from little ones all the way.
Yeah, all the way up.
Yep.
I've seen them. Yeah, they pitched here.
Yep.
Probably goes into the grocery store. Hey, you were my umpire.
Yeah. Wait, Colin, you've known me since I was little all the way up.
Ground ball and right through the wickets.
Okay. Well, it's going to go down as a hit in the books, though, because she didn't really get to it.
It's only one out! One out, 2 bases right now.
So we got one out on the board.
2 runners, 1 out.
Got 2 outs on the board.
Yeah. Joel's on it. He's got it.
All right, so we have number 10, Tiana Hernandez up. She's got a 4.2 GPA. She's an Indians fan, people. We've got an Indians fan. And she's also a junior, so she has 1 more year as well.
You know, that's the hard part when you're playing defense. When that pitcher's not throwing strikes, you get caught flat-footed, and you just, you know, come on, get it over so we can make a play here.
Down.
There we go. If she can stay right there, we'll have a good time here.
I'll tell you what, she gets some consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, she's going to be a tremendous pitcher for them in the future.
I agree.
Oh, my.
Curveball just a little far outside. A nice crowd here today.
Yes, they are.
Good weather brings everybody out.
Packed house.
I tell you what, the games I've been doing at Brookside and Gordon, I can't believe the amount of parents and kids that come to the games these days. It's huge.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it is good to see.
That's great.
Yes, it is.
Teaches them to become social. They become better student athletes.
There's the out.
Okay.
So there's 2 down. And we'll get the pitcher stats right after this inning. So 2 down. And now it'll be up to Alalia House, the second baseman. 400 on the year. I'll tell you what.
Well, I'm a fan.
See, the big difference here is in high school ball, the fields we do, there's a safety base at first base. There isn't one here today. That's probably what the coach was asking.
Right. This is a collegiate field, so.
Yep, exactly.
They don't have those.
Exactly.
Yep. They have to run between the lines.
So, Colin, to clarify it, if you're looking down the line, if that runner is not inside that runner's space there, they're inside the line, the ball hits them, then...
If it hits them in the back, it's interference on the batter running.
Okay.
And they're automatically out. But in the high school games on the fields we play on, they don't have that extra line out there.
Right.
So they run straight down the line like they do. And, you know, the difference between the base line and base path, the...
Pop up, this could do it.
Oh! In and out.
Baseline is the direct line to the base. The base path is set by the runner. They go out the outside to go around the second. That's the difference.
Do you ever see, Michelle, in the college game that they'll eventually put a safety base in there at first? Do you see that?
No.
No.
Nope. I don't see that happening. There's also a difference on the way they go down the base line, base path, however they're running, whatever field we're on, when they turn out or if they turn in. Makes a big difference. You can still go at them if they're turning towards the field. If they're turning out away from the bag, then they can't tag them out. It's not a continuous play.
That's exactly right. Yep. And with the safety base, if you make the turn and go out and you come back and step on the orange bag, you're out if they tag you.
Wow.
Not a
2-2
little
count.
intricate plays.
All I can tell you, folks, keep the white base in mind. That poor girl is going to
she's not coming.
She's going to get a workout here chasing that ball.
Yeah.
She's a tough little catcher.
Yeah.
Catching's a tough position.
It is.
So we got 2 runs in so far. Runner on third. Full count. 2 out. We're at the bottom of 1. And they'll call that up high.
You know, if Meltzer could get just a hold of a little bit of control. She has nice velocity, nice speed. I can see she can move inside, she can move outside. If she could just get in on the zone, she'd be one great pitcher. She's still developing.
I see it. And now batting is number 8. Lamari Hernandez. She's their left fielder. 4.0 senior. 250 with the bat.
Her hobby is photography.
Oh, they're going to come for
Here
it.
she comes.
Got her.
So they call her out at the plate to end the inning. So that's the 3rd out is Annalise Metro. And we'll take a look at it here. You tell us, folks. Is she out of there? Well, I'll tell you what. The umpire's in a better position than any of us.
Sure.
And from that angle, I couldn't honestly say.
Are you serious, Tim?
Yeah, I'm finally going to praise the umpire. Here's another angle to it.
I'll tell you what, Izzy did a good job of not obstructing the base path.
Exactly.
She gave her room to be able to get in the slide. That's been a hot topic probably the last 2 years, the obstruction at the plate. She did a really good job staying in front of the plate.
The only time you can't, you obstruct the plate without the ball, you've got a problem.
Exactly.
You got to get out of the way, and like you said, she was out of the way, gave her time to get home, and the umpire waited, and he said, show me the ball, because he couldn't see it right away, and then he made his call from that point.
Well, in the first inning, we didn't get a chance to catch up with Jack Wickey and get his comments. We're going to try to do that right now. And again, this was his comments before the game about his starting pitcher, Annalise Metro.
My starting pitcher today is Annalise Metro. For us to be successful, she's going to have to keep the control she's had for the second part of the season, minimize the walks, and just get good defense behind her.
Well, they call that a little bit of pitching and defense, if I got it right.
That's it.
And you look here at their stats. Now, the John Hay pitcher threw about 10 more pitches than Annalise did in the first inning. Annalise was 10-10. But the glaring thing sticking out, you've only had one time where the first pitch was a strike, and that's an indication of big trouble coming.
Yes. I'll tell you what, though, I think, that's to be expected in the first inning. You have your nerves. There's a lot going on. You got a lot of people back here, spectators. They'll settle in.
So now leading off at the top of the second inning is number 14, the second baseman, Nicole Delaney. And we call it Delaney, but it's Delaney. 4.0. That was one of their key players and a league all-star.
When I talked to Coach over there about her, he calls her Slash. That's her nickname, Slash.
Slash.
He has nicknames for everybody.
Oh, my Lord.
I got it. I was
I'm glad
lucky
you
enough
got them all.
I was lucky enough to get them.
Great. You got the inside scoop.
Yes.
Ground
Well
ball,
hit
third,
ball.
Bobble, gonna hold on to it.
Very good hit ball.
She hit it pretty hard. I don't know if we would give her an error on that one. So I think even if she got a clean play, it would be tough to throw her out.
Yeah, she got down the line pretty quick.
Now, if you're the home team, you always favor the home team with those.
Oh, there she goes. She just took second.
So now batting for the Hornets is Alexa Phillips, the third baseman, number 19, hitting .500 on the year.
Wow.
And look what she picked.
She wants to be a construction manager.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
That would be a little tougher for me to be a construction manager.
But look, she's a construction manager that likes poetry. That's her hobby.
Yeah. That's a combination in itself.
So she's at both sides of the spectrum there.
Okay.
I like her batting stance. She's intimidating.
Yes. Oops, good
hold on.
Good hold on.
You know, we'd be remiss, and I'm sure Chris Callender would be the first one to tell us that is the administrator of the league from the main office, that he's very blessed to have some good coaches that are there in the league to help these kids.
Looks like we have a strikeout at the plate, and we had our runner from second advance to third on the strikeout.
So now
good base running
is Nia Badley, 4.0, sophomore, 313 on the year, a biomed engineer. Oh, my Lord, girls. I'm so proud of you.
I can't even spell that.
Yeah, I had a hard time myself. I'm like,
that's why I let you handle that.
What I'm thinking, you know. But, you know, John Hay is one of those special schools. They got the medical and all that over there. She had a good swing, just turned her head a little bit.
She's another one. She's got a .607 on base percentage. She's pretty patient. So I was surprised she took that swing. Just above her hands.
Wow. So 2 strikeouts. That gives her 3 so far. And now it's Ariana Powell, the first baseman, number 23. She's a senior. She likes reading, 444. And aerospace engineer is her, you know, career ambition. I'll tell you, if these kids get these jobs, they're going to make some money.
She is the perfect example of a first baseman. Look at the size.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I would take her at first base any day. What a target. It's great.
I wonder how many people have said, do you ever play basketball?
Yeah, or volleyball, right?
Yeah,
for
volleyball,
sure.
basketball.
She's definitely lucky.
It's a ground ball to third. They need the defense, and they get it. A nice play by Tiana Hernandez over to Beyonce O'Neal. So they get a hit, but they don't score. They get 2 more strikeouts.
It's a ground ball to third.
We left there we go.
There it is. There's the replay. And you can see did a nice job, stayed on the bag. And you talk about construction. There it is right there. Construction all the way, big time. But I don't think those construction managers, they go up that high.
I don't know. I think they tell everybody else to go up that high.
I would. I'm telling you. That
would you?
No way. I'm not doing that.
No, thank you.
You know, our special thanks has to go out to Cleveland State University. There at Viking Field is every year. They've been a gracious host for this championship game where the Cleveland school kids get an opportunity to play on such a beautiful field. And our special thanks to the Cleveland State University athletic folks in setting this up and making it happen every year. Thank you so much, Cleveland State University, for what you've done here today.
This is such a nice field. It's right in the middle of the city. It's a beautiful field.
And then when you look at the coaches, Michelle, let's talk a little bit about the coaches from each team.
Well, we have John Whipke over here at Rhodes. He's a 4th-year head coach here. He was an assistant coach at Max Hayes. He also coached at JFK. He's a graduate of Holy Name High School. He played football, and he attended right here at CSU. This is his alumni.
Now is that an advantage or what?
I'm
Playing
telling
at
you,
home? I know he
back
didn't play
home. He's back
softball here,
home.
but he's got a feeling
Yeah.
he's like, I love
Hey,
this.
he attended Cleveland State. He's back home. Well, same with the other coach from John Hay. He's also a graduate of Cleveland State as well, and played football in high school. So we have 2 football players as coaches right now.
And both are graduate, are Cleveland State University students at
Yes.
one time. Wow.
Yes.
Is that a story in itself, folks?
Yeah, that's great.
Well, you can't go wrong no matter who wins this game because they both love CSU and the facility here. So leading off here is number 8, Lamari Hernandez. She was up when they threw Metro out at home plate.
Lamari is hitting .250 on the year. She's got a .491 on base percentage. It looks like she wants to get into film production. That's different.
I'll tell you, there is a need for that. I'm sure if you talk to the folks in TV20, they'll tell you there's some days that they do some great things and have a lot of fun and enjoy it because they work awfully hard, and we are so blessed to have TV20 in the house every year to give these kids their opportunity to shine right here on TV20. We are Cleveland. Our special thanks to the mayor of the city of Cleveland, Frank Jackson, Kathy Allen, and all the folks over at TV20.
Yep, looks like we're having a little conference at the mound right now.
Just trying to calm the pitcher down.
Yeah. Trying to get a game plan going.
And you know, it's nice to see the girls go out there. The coach doesn't have to go out there. The girls go out there and calm her down because usually the coach has to say calm down, but the girls are all in sync. Let's do this.
So now batting is the right fielder, Judy Gross, 3.5.
Judy's hitting .259 on the year. Oh, looks like we have a stolen base there. Judy's going to become a veterinarian. Her favorite hobby is, believe it or not, it's basketball. Not softball, basketball.
Wow.
So she's a 2-sport player. Nice pitch. If she can keep it there, she's going to be tough to hit. Yep. Okay. Attempted to get her at 3. Stolen base.
Now, what I liked about that play, even though they didn't get her out, the shortstop was over there backing up immediately.
Yes.
You know, and that'll never go in a scorebook, but you can guarantee she saved a run just by being over there.
Absolutely.
One ball back, and throw over to first, and she'll get in before they can get her out.
And that'll go down as an RBI for her in the books.
So Kellyanne Santiago, number 1, 3.5, 360 on the year. What do you think, Michelle, was the toughest part when your daughter went to high school and the things that you had to try to get her through? I'm sure as a parent, they play a big role in that venture when they first start out.
I was the coach.
I know, but I mean, I understand you're the coach, but also you're the parent. That's like a double role, and at home,
It is.
You know, it's like.
Well, because
now
when she's on
her problem was controlling her husband
in
the stands.
No, the funniest thing was going out to the mound when she was pitching and I had to calm her down. She's looking at me like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. No, I'm coming out here as the coach, not your mom right now.
When we get home, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we've had plenty of our arguments.
I'm sure with the schoolwork, when she would struggle, though,
Yeah.
you'd step in and say, hey, listen, this is how you do this.
Yeah. You know what? She wanted to play in college from a young age. Both my daughters did, and they knew, you know, they had to have, you know, a schedule, and they had to stick to it.
And, you know, it's odd that you and Colin would pick on Danny, you know, Rivera, the husband, because I don't know if you're going to say it, Michelle, but can you tell us where Danny works and what his job is?
He works for CMSD, and he is the lieutenant downtown for safety and security, and he is a John Hay alumni.
Oh, Lord, Danny, we got it, Don.
1985.
Head of security. Now I understand. You needed that expertise.
1985. I'm giving up his age.
Oh, Lord. You did what?
And you know what, Tim? They played co-ed back at the old Rose and Elder.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And Michelle was a lot better than Danny.
Oh, another pass ball.
So, Colin, I'm just dawning on it for the first time. In this situation, when can that runner leave the base?
They can't leave the base until the ball is released from the pitcher's hand. If they leave the base before that, they are automatically called out. You can only leave on the release of the ball from the pitcher's hand.
Another stolen base.
And the other thing is a new rule that the pitcher has to have her feet within the pitcher's rubber. They can't be outside, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They have to be right inside. You'll see that double line out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they created that for the girls to throw screwballs, because when they threw the screwball, they're so far outside of the, they're able to move the ball. It's an advantage to the pitcher. With that, that makes you drive straight forward to the plate.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they don't get that on the Cleveland Diamonds, that extra line to help them out.
No.
There you go.
That's got to be a tough judgment call.
But that's what, as umpires, we go out and instruct them. This is where you got to be. We tell the coaches, you got to be inside that, and everybody listens. I tell you, you want to watch a good game, watch a college game. It's unbelievable how fast those people throw. And just remember that pitcher's bound's only 43 feet away.
Right.
That's not a 60-footer like in hardball.
So by the time you release, say you're a 6-foot tall pitcher, and by the time you release that ball, you're at 30 feet.
Exactly.
So here comes Rick Canuck. He's going to have a talk with her. Beyonce just received her second walk. And now it's going to be Brenda Bermudez, the catcher. 13 years.
I think it's a good time to go out there and talk to her. It's time to slow down the pace of the game. Tell everybody relax. It's still early. We got a lot of game left. Just throw strikes, you and your catcher.
And folks, we want to remind you that stay tuned to TV20 next week, because we will be over at League Park, where the boys baseball teams will play for their city championship, and it'll be the Rhodes Rams against the John Marshall Lawyers. They got rained out at Progressive, so they're going to go where the history. League Park, what a tremendous field. Right today, they rebuilt it and made it something unique. When they told me that the history of this was when they used to look through the knot holes to watch the game, and Babe Ruth hit one of his there. You know, a lot of history there.
Yes.
And you can feel the excitement in the city this year with the All-Star game coming to Cleveland. You know, everybody's talking about the different events and the tours and so much that's being planned. It's going to be one phenomenal week. Little pop-up to the infielder.
Into a 5-roll. Called right away.
What is the infield fly rule?
Less than 2 outs.
First and second.
First and second.
Was anybody
it's got to
on
be on the
first?
dirt.
Was anybody on first?
No, not that time. No infield fly rule. Did she say infield fly
I
rule?
did.
Yes,
I
she
thought
did.
I had a runner on first.
Yes, she did.
She stole second.
That's a qualified coach for you right there.
I'll tell you what.
We won't live
I'd
that
have went
down.
out there and argued it, and I'd have been looking
That
like I
would
was
have been.
dumb.
That is the most argued rule in baseball or softball.
I didn't realize she stole second. I'm sorry, folks. Incorrect. I thought she was still on first.
First and second, first, second, and third, less than 2 outs. Michelle, you were a coach. You should have known that.
I just played one on TV.
Danny knew it.
Wait till Danny hears about this one.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
Oh.
And you know, I have ways of getting to Danny and letting him know real quick. You know what Michelle did?
Yeah, he'll listen to it. Oh, here we go.
I'd like some CDs of this so I can give them to Danny.
Foul back.
So if I decide to go back into coaching again, then I'll have to hear about this.
I'll tell you one thing. Since Rick Canuck went out and talked to her, she seems to be more settled down and throwing strikes.
Let her know her team's behind her. Just
I
throw
got to
strikes.
ask
Let
Rick,
them
what
feel the
did you
ball.
say? Because we got to use that once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, she went up chasing for it.
Yep, she was fishing.
So they pick up another run. They had 2 walks, no hits. And it's 3-0. James Ford Rhodes.
Yep.
When you're looking at it right here, she went up for the big one. So after 2 full innings of play right here from Cleveland State University, it is James Ford Rhodes, Lady Rams 3, and John Hay Hornets 0. We'll be right back with some more CMSD City Championship action.
It's that time again. Time to register your kids for summer camp at George L. Forbes. You must be a City of Cleveland resident between the ages of 9 and 13 and available for 1 free week of summer camp June through August. To register, bring proof of residency, age, and guardianship, up-to-date immunization records, and a copy of a physical to any City of Cleveland Recreation Center. For more info, call Camp Forbes at 216-263-5325. Again, that's 216-263-5325. And I'll see you at George L. Forbes this summer.
Welcome back to Cleveland State University Viking Field, where you've been watching the Lady Rams from Rhodes and the John Hay Hornets. And now batting for the John Hay Hornets here in the top of the 3rd inning is number 11 from John Hay. And that is 11 up there, am I correct?
It is.
So
they must have made a change and didn't let us know.
Yeah, Anaya Samid, 11th grader. She's 3.6.
And her favorite hobby is softball. Oh.
And there's a base hit. To lead off the 3rd.
Well, looks like we have another change. Oh, no, we're at the top of the order. Keisha Williams. It's probably Keisha.
It is Keisha.
Keisha. I like that name.
I do.
It says here some of her keynotes is she makes the big play. She's got solid defense. She's athletic. She loves to play.
You know, we'd be remiss, and we haven't talked a lot about it, but, you know, our special thanks has to go out to Cleveland Indian Charities. You know, folks, what they did in 1997 is they stepped up when the Cleveland schools were talking about dropping the baseball and the softball. and they came in and sponsored it to keep it going. And it's been a relationship for over years that the kids have been able to play because of the Cleveland Indian Charities, and our thanks to all of them over there at Cleveland Indians for giving these kids the opportunity to enjoy the sport that they love. And I keep telling Bobby D when I see him, I says, we're going to send you somebody that's going to help your tribe eventually. It's on its way. And he's always had a dream about that, that someday some kid comes through the Cleveland schools.
I can tell you firsthand, I coach with RBI program. If it wasn't for them.
Oh!
Did she hang on to it long enough?
Nope, she dropped it. She dropped it.
Okay.
She had her. I'll tell you another partnership, Tim, which is a lot of people don't know, is with University Hospital and Metro. They have trainers that come to the games.
Yes.
Every game.
Yes, they do. And we've been blessed today not to see any of them come out here today to help, but they're here.
They're
here to make sure the kids are safe and they're taken care of. I saw the Commissioner of Interscholastic Athletics, Desiree Powell, come in the house.
All right.
She tries to come incognito, with the sunglasses and nobody catches her, but I ain't going to let that happen today.
I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but we all know how important sports are for kids.
Absolutely.
We have to have it.
Absolutely.
Support them. Support your children. Support the programs.
Well, you can see by the crowd today, they are supporting them. Everybody is here.
This
It's really nice to see.
Very good.
You look down the right field line there. That place is packed. There's standing room only.
I know.
John Hay going for history if they can pull it off. And that's a ball.
Okay, Michelle, get ready. Here comes the infield fly roll.
Somebody shut his mic off. Cue on that one. 3, shut him off.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 2 outs.
Oh! Do you hear that one?
Uh-huh.
The El Presidente over here.
Well, I don't have an indicator in my hand otherwise.
We keep getting that feedback, and that's every time he takes that little mic off. So Isabel Meltzer, their pitcher, now batting, count even with 2 outs, 2 on.
This is a great experience for Isabella. She can, or Izzy as they call her. This is a good experience for her. She's here. She knows what she has to strive for next year as well.
And the thing that really amazes me is not just what they do on the athletic field, but what they're doing in the classroom over there.
Wow, she got into that one.
This will be the first one to the outfield.
Oh, what
a catch!
Boy, she got into that ball.
Kellyanna Santiago from Rhodes Rams comes up with a huge catch. Center field to end the inning.
Let's take a look at that again. Beautiful swing. She gets all of it. Nice. Look at that. Didn't finish her swing and still hit it that far. Look at her track it. Good job.
That's fantastic. And again, you see the backup of the other outfielder being over there. Good team defense.
Yes. The hardest thing to teach your outfielders, the first step is not in. They have the habit of always doing that. It's back. It's easier to come in on the ball than to go back on the ball. She did a really good job on that.
Well, just to let you know, I'm looking here. In 2012, John Hay won here 5-3 over John Marshall. They beat Rhodes 14-2 in 2013. In the next 5 years, it's been Rhodes 8-6, 24-10, 19-13, 17, and 21-13.
I think I've been here for those.
Yes. And it was these two, the last 2 in the last 7 years, that have won it. So we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. the Rhodes Rams. We'll get the pitcher stats in a minute. Got to talk to my man over here, Angelo. You got my stats for me? Let's see what's going on here. We recruited Angelo at the last second, and he's done a great job over here. Well, we're getting more first pitch strikes. That's the good thing.
Those are key.
And they had a good inning there. The Rhodes Rams had only 9 pitches thrown. They shortened it up. So that was good. Putting the ball in, making put in play.
All right, up to bat is Annalise Metro. She got a hit last time up. I'll tell you what, Tim, if she can figure this out, the pitcher.
Oh my
If
Lord.
Izzy can figure that out and keep it in the zone, she's got a lot of potential.
She's a happy lefty, happy, happy lefty, happy lefty, happy, happy lefty, happy lefty, happy, happy lefty, happy lefty, happy, happy lefty.
That's a solid hit. Fielded well. Wow.
Nice play on the defense.
Nice Very
Kieza Williams to Ariana Powell. Take a look at it here, folks. She got a hold of it pretty good, too. Hands in, makes the good throw, right on target. Call that picture-perfect fundamentals.
Had her feet to the ball before the ball got there, put the body in front of it. Great job.
So Tiana Ortiz, her second time up. She wants to be a psychologist.
Yes.
We need a lot of them, I'll tell you. This one in the hole. She going to come up?
Wow.
Oh, there's a girl that can play some shortstop. Kiaja Williams from the Lady Hornets. You better smile, girl. You are playing it today. Take a look at this, folks.
Pretty deep in the hole there. Nice. Very good.
So 2 down, and now it's Aaliyah House. She walked her first time up. She wants to be a criminal justice attorney.
Whoa. A little high.
Little.
It happens sometimes.
I'm very impressed with this John Hay kids. They really have not played that bad to a pretty good team.
Okay.
She's settling down.
Yeah.
She's starting to find it now.
She's got the velocity. She just needs to work on getting it more in the zone or on the corners of the plate.
You know, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this, Colin, but a lot of times people don't understand that sometimes the umpires are not just out there to call balls and strikes and outs. They do a lot of teaching in the game as well.
Well, we do a lot of it at the youth level, but, you know, the high school level, we do it, but not as much because the coaches kind of tell us to back off a little bit. But we usually talk to our umpires or our coaches before the game, say, if we can help them out, we're going to help them out. And 99% of them allow us to go out there and say, what you're doing wrong, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Because if you don't tell them what they're doing wrong, they're not going to know and it's going to continue.
I can't tell you how many times this year I've had to stop the game to tell somebody what's going on, and the coach appreciates it until I call it and it's against them.
Or when you call an infield fly roll. Okay, she got a piece of that.
And this pitcher's keeping the ball low. That's good.
Yeah.
Keeping it low. Then she'll come back with a high one and get them swinging at that.
Definitely want to change the look of the zone. I like a pitcher that works in and out and up and
There
down.
it is. See, she was low. Now she
Pops
came
it
back
up
higher.
and out of play.
That
There
one.
you see TV20 truck. There they are in the truck. Doug Phil, Patrick Longbreak.
They're just making sure they're awake over there.
Yeah. Where's my other guy? They're all over here somewhere. I don't know where. Eddie Malone and my main man, Ralston Dowse, is in the house.
That was a good battle.
I know I'm missing a few. There's my man over at first base. Linnell does a great job. So man on first, or lady on first, as I should say. 2 outs, and Lamar Hernandez.
You know what I like about Izzy pitching here is she's not afraid to pitch inside. A lot of pitchers are afraid to pitch inside. There's nothing better than making your batter uncomfortable. It's a little too far inside on that one. Okay. She had some speed coming down that line.
She stole home.
All right, so we still got a 2-0 count. Takes the pressure off both the pitcher and the batter. Runner scored. There we go. She answered back with a strike.
You know, the amazing thing is when you look at the statistics in this game, Rhodes has not come up with a hit yet. It's been the walks, the stolen bases, and the couple errors that have really hurt the Hornets.
Walks are every pitcher's nightmare. They always come back to get you.
Walk it out. Walk it out. What's that walking it out?
Judy Gross, she grounded out to the pitcher last time up.
That was a good attempt.
Look at that backup. All three of them in line.
That was
In
great.
a perfect line. Shortstop, center field.
Okay. 1-1 count.
Two outs.
Uh-oh.
I'll say
Good
one
stop.
thing. She does not pitch that many high pitches. Everything is down.
I like it. That's where I'd want them.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't miss up high, huh? That's a coach talking.
Go up high, it goes out even higher. There we go.
There it was.
She found it.
You could feel it. You could feel it. She released it. She knew she had it.
All right, we got a full count. This is where I tell my pitchers, your best pitch.
Foul off.
Good job.
Top of the dugout into the dugout area.
That was good hitting by Judy Gross there. Staying alive, staying at the plate. It was high. She still had she's in protect mode right now. Okay, well.
I'm saying 3-2.
Look appears the scoreboard might have been off.
I wonder how many times that gets an umpire in trouble when the scoreboard doesn't have it right, Colin.
All the time.
Fair ball. Oh, this is going to go all the way to the fence. She'll hit second and stop there, but a two-base hit for Judy Gross.
Stand up double with an RBI. Great hit.
Well, I've learned something today. The Rhodes Lady Rams can put the ball in play.
Yes.
Went right with the pitch. You look at it right here, folks. How many times you see, even in baseball, they all try to keep pulling the outside pitch.
Yeah.
And you say, go with the pitch,
You
go
throw
with
it,
the pitch.
throw your hands at it. Throw your hands at it instead of pulling it. Pulling it makes it a ground ball. If she would have pulled that pitch, that would have been a ground ball to shortstop. That was great, great hitting over there. Well, she's just missing.
Keeps pounding that inside.
Yeah. Seems to be working in and out, in and
Right.
out. I haven't seen too much. I don't know if the ups are meant to be, but a lot of in and out. There we go.
Perfect.
Colin, what's the run rule here today?
15 after 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's 10 after 5. 15. They took that
15
out a
after
couple
3?
years. It's 10 after 5.
10 after 5?
Correct.
No 15 after 3. They have to go
Nope.
5 to make an official game, correct?
Correct.
Championship game does not have to go 7 innings, correct?
No.
Okay. Some leagues,
Yeah,
every league
everybody's
is different. Everybody's different.
Well, they pick up 2 more runs. They do get their big hit of the game. 2 more walks, and those people scored. So it's 5-0. As you can see right now in the 3rd inning, it's all been the Lady Rams. When we talked about the Rhodes Rams before the game, we talked about some of those keys that they were talking about. Just to revisit them, if you're Rick Canuck, what's he thinking right now, Michelle? You know, it was about everybody in their fundamentals, keep our focus, mental toughness, throwing strikes. What do you think?
They just got to keep their fundamentals. When they step in the box, they have to be confident. They can't look at the scoreboard. They got to get in there and they got to make something happen at this point. He wants hits.
And then when you look at John Whipke's team, the Lady Rams, their 3 keys were solid defense, only give up the 3 outs, pitcher throwing strikes, and discipline hitting, being patient at the plate. They've done that.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, in all 3 of those categories.
You know, they've done a great job. They've had some key plays here today.
And, you know, the other thing I've noticed when you talk about the key players, you can look at, you know, the John Hay key players, Isabel Metzler, they said, hey, throwing strikes, Kiaja Williams, making big plays. Man, Colin, did she do a nice job at shortstop with the big plays today?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? That's good coaching all year. At the beginning of the year, John Hayes struggled. They did struggle. But look at them now. They're in a championship game, and that's all coaching and the kids being interested in playing. They have to be there to play, and they are. They're bringing it up today.
It's just that it's also hard to keep kids focused throughout an entire season.
Right.
You know, the seasons get long with rainouts, things of that nature. It's hard to keep them into the season.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids are working after school.
Sure.
You know, they got to go to their job after school, but look at them today. They're all here. Everybody's playing, and it's a good game, very good game.
I wouldn't doubt if some of the girls here are even taking some college courses.
Yep.
With these type of GPAs, I'm sure they already are.
They have to.
We're looking at Nicole
highly
Delaney, the second baseman, league all-star. She got to hit her first time up.
She wants to be a neurologist. I am so impressed on everything that I see on here. This is amazing. 4.0 GPA. Excellent.
What grade is she in?
She's a senior this year.
Senior.
I'm not sure where she's going to be attending college. One of her hobbies is painting.
Wow.
Let me ask this question, being a mom and a coach. When it came time for your daughter to pick what school, You didn't tell her, hey, stay close to home so I can make
no.
sure I can get there.
Oh, no.
You didn't?
No.
Do you think a lot of parents
No.
do that?
I do.
Okay.
But then again, you have a lot of kids that want to stay close to home. She was going away to Tennessee and changed her mind at the last minute. She wanted to stay home. The oldest daughter went to school in Alabama, pretty far away.
Wow. Alexa Phillips takes the strike.
It's just more miles on your car. That's what it is.
Mississippi next week.
That's right. Oh, nice. That was nice. See how she kept it outside off the plate? That was nice. Good job.
She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts already. She's only walked 3. That'll drop down. This could be trouble.
Just hold
and
on.
it is.
At that point, just hold on to the ball. You didn't have a chance to get her. It gets that funny spin on it.
So the base hit by Nia Bradley. And now it's Ariana Powell who grounded out to third last time.
There you
2
go.
outs though.
Look at that. Look at that spin. It went this way and then it came back.
Are you showing
Nothing you
2
could do.
outs on yours? I want to make sure. We got a strikeout. That's the only thing I'm showing. Do I have 1 out or 2 outs on yours?
So I'm wondering if there's a few things. People at home may be wondering why that runner was able to go to second without anybody even paying attention to her. The reason why that happens is because we have a runner on third. They're probably wondering, why didn't you go after her? Well, you have a runner on third. You give up that base. Unless there's 2 outs, then you can try to get her, but you don't want another run coming in.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how many outs we
I
do
thought
have.
there's only 1.
Nice pitch. Almost.
Off the glove, throws over to
Good
first.
recovery.
Call her out. That should be the second out, though.
That is the second out.
Okay, so they get the run. So John Hayes on the board. We'll look at it right here, folks.
Nice swing.
And
That was a shot.
There's the field. She stayed with it.
Yep, got her. By a step.
Oh, we call that
Snow
a snow
cone.
cone catch. So ground out 4-3, the RBI, but a run scores.
You got to get a run on the board over here.
So it's 5-1 on the board.
There we go.
Oh, that was a big swing there.
Yeah, I love about this catcher from Rhodes. You watch her trying to work the umpire. She's always trying to frame the plate. If it's outside, she'll pull it in.
Good job.
Yeah, watch.
She's solid. I mean, nothing's getting
She is.
past her.
So pop out ends the inning. And again, making the last out for John Hay was Ainia Samid. Again, a junior, 3.6, wants to be a forensic investigator. Oh my.
Well, I'm sure there's a pretty good need for that right now. That's an up and coming field.
So we are in the middle of 4, and you are watching Cleveland Metropolitan School District Championship right here from Viking Field on the campus of Cleveland State University. And again, folks, it is a dry day. Getting a little cloudy, but the folks are enjoying the weather. And we've had a good game up to this point. I'd like to eliminate a few of the walks we had early. So, again, Michelle, when we're talking about the young ladies now preparing to go to college, making those decisions going to college, that's a tough thing to do.
It sure is. It depends, you know, what they want to go to school for, what their radius, cost of attendance, you know, things of that nature. It's a lot of pressure.
I know they have a team, the Akron Racers, I believe they're called.
Yes.
And they've been coming around during the summer months and working with our kids, teaching some fundamentals. it seems like the knack that when you look at the kids in the high school levels now, even not just in Cleveland but all over, it's hard finding someone to go in there and teach these kids the fundamentals. There's just they're not like, it's not like baseball where everybody thinks they know baseball, but when it comes to girls fast pitch, completely different.
It is. And
some changes.
Baseball is different from softball, and a lot of people probably don't agree with that, but once you've coached it, played it, been in every game, you know, softball's a much faster moving game. You know, also different, we haven't seen it today yet, but at the collegiate level and the higher end travel teams, they bunt a lot more, they slap hit a lot more.
Yes.
You don't usually see that in baseball as much, even though I've been seeing it lately. I'm pretty surprised with the shift. Now that the shifts are on, now the guys are bunting.
Man, I tell you, I watch sometimes and I just like, come on, go with the pitch. They're bunted.
Yes.
It's an automatic hit.
Yes. Bunting is a lost art. I love it. It's just a great tool. And if you have somebody that's fast, that's when you make the errors.
Slap hit.
Yeah, speed will make you
Speed
make a lot
kills.
of mistakes. Absolutely.
Beyonce O'Neill, she has got some speed.
There we
She's
go.
popped one, and it could be trouble.
Oh.
And a great catch!
Great catch.
Oh, my!
Wow.
Let's put some leather out here.
They're fighting hard for that their pitcher. You want to see? Well,
Can't see the number, but I'm showing it was Santana. But let's take a look at it right here, folks.
yeah,
And
they did make some changes, so I don't know.
you look at it right here. Let's see if we can get her number here. The one that made the catch. She's holding her up. And it looks like, yeah, it is. It's Naya Santana, the young lady in center field with the great catch. So now batting.
Yes.
Yes.
So we got the hit by pitch, and we got the fly out. So there's one down. And now up is Brianna Vasquez, who has grounded out and struck out so far. A very good hitter.
Yes. Very solid bat.
4.0. She's a junior.
Yeah, she's going to be tough next year.
She's very solid at short also.
Ground ball. Stays with it. Makes the throw.
Ooh.
They
Pulled
call
off the
it
bag.
that her foot came off the bag.
Well, it's about time for you, Tim. Say, what do you think at home, folks? You make the call.
She's coming to the home plate umpire to say,
I agree
did
with
I
her.
have it? Now, let's see how they handle this.
Can we see a replay on this? Do we have an angle?
Well, they'll tell us at home. Now, we'll look at it from here. This is not the best angle, but you'll see.
Foot's up,
Foot's
up and
up,
down.
yeah.
Nope.
That was
Another
a great
call by the umpires.
Absolutely.
I knew Colin was going to say, let me get it in now.
But you see, the good thing is the umpires got together. The home plate umpire is supposed to trail that runner going to first, and he did. He saw that foot come off. So there's any doubt out there.
So 2 on with 1 out.
Comes another run.
And here comes in another run. They're going to throw again. They got her in between. Now they're going to try to make the tag. They hit her and she gets back.
Hit her with the ball.
Had her in a pickle.
That was a great rundown. Everything was done exactly right.
It was. Close the gap. Did you see that? They close the gap. Another one comes in. They practiced that before.
I knew Colin was going to say that was a great call.
Because I knew you were going to say, what do you people think at home?
That's
You
it.
make the call.
They always tell us from home when it's right or wrong. They got it. You know, that's another interesting point you think about. We meant to talk about it. Let's see here. It's a nice, and that ball was run off the wicket. So they pick up another run.
That girl hits the ball hard.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's Annalise Metro. They say she's a tough hitter. I can see exactly what they're talking about.
All 3 times that she's been at bat, she's hit it hard.
She's hitting 425 this year. I can see it.
I love this on-deck girl's helmet. She actually took a helmet home and painted it with the Rams on it and put her name on top of it.
I like that. School pride. I like it.
Exactly. I had to check that helmet because, you know, you got to have that Noxie stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it this year. I said, let me see that helmet. The coach said, what do you think? Is it illegal? I said, no, I just want to see if there's a stamp on it.
Well, that's Tiana Hernandez, and her favorite hobby, softball, so I can see it.
Wow.
Isn't that a great helmet?
You know, Colin, even though it's not in softball, but we see it in Major League Baseball now where they have this thing where they can challenge it and they look at it, and it's really eliminated a lot of arguing, and it really... I think it's made a big difference, don't you?
Well, we used to have to check all the helmets and the bats before the game started. The Ohio High School took that rule away from us now. It's on the coaches. And every helmet has to have a Noxie stamp, what they call a Noxie stamp on it. If it doesn't, it's illegal. And if you get caught with an illegal helmet...
Well, and you guys check the face masks, make sure they're secure.
Exactly.
Everything else. Make sure they're not missing any screws.
Exactly.
Which happens throughout the season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same thing with bats. All the bats are checked.
Yeah, well, it's all about safety.
Make sure they're legal. Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember...
straighten that out.
And the ones that maybe remember this when Colin had done our first game where the mayor's cabinet played council. And our director came up with a bat. It was illegal. Colin told him that's illegal. Then he came back with it a second time. He said it's still illegal. I don't know why you're bringing it up.
List.
Now you bring it up 3 times, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
We had so much fun watching them play.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That was fun. And there was one councilman, he actually came up before the game and said, when I come to bat, put this ball into play. I said, are you serious?
A loaded ball.
It was.
Oh, yeah, it was bragging rights.
I won't tell you who he was. Yeah, nobody hits this ball but me. Oh, okay. Let's get somebody hurt.
I think Marty Sweeney tried to bat 3 times in the same inning.
Oh, jeez.
Like, Marty, you can't be up again.
Yeah. Boy, this is a battle here at the plate.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, it's the helmet.
It is. Tiana is just getting in there. She's following everything coming her way.
She's got a nice stance, too.
She does.
Oh!
Rub a little dirt on it, like we say.
Okay, Michelle. Here we go. We are now in infield fly mode.
We are in that area.
First and second, 1 out.
Oh, caught it on her wrist there in her hand.
Aaliyah House, she's walked twice.
Nice pitch.
You know, a lot of times with the pitchers, the key thing is to get ahead on a batter. You know, you want that first pitch strike to get over the plate.
Yeah, well, they didn't have too many, but they've been getting better as we've been going on, where they get the first pitch in.
Yep, it just makes it easier to set it up for everything else.
Do we have that right, Angelo? Yeah, he's over there talking on the phone. Well, I'll tell you, your girlfriend really must control everything in this household. So we got 1-2 count, 1 down. We're at Cleveland State University. Bunch of folks here just enjoying a nice game.
Oh boy. Nice strikeout there.
So that strikeout gives us 2 down. And now it's Lamari Hernandez. And it looks like they're going to put a runner in.
You can bring in a runner with 2 outs for your pitcher or your catcher.
That's a nice.
Does it have to be the same runner every time?
No. No. She's just the last out.
Gotcha. Little change up there.
So Lamari Hernandez has walked twice and scored twice. And she wants to work for TV20 and film productions in about, I don't know, 10 years, 8 years, whatever it is, they get that degree.
Thank God she's not coming after an announcing job for you.
Yeah, I won't be around that long, I guarantee.
Uh-oh. Pass ball there. All right, everybody advances a base.
So right now, by the way they're situated, we know this is not an infield fly rule because there's 2 outs, and they don't even have first
There's no
and
runner
second.
on first, I know.
I'm glad I'm here today. You guys are learning something.
Yeah, we're catching up real quick.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how many years I put up with this?
I can imagine.
Old Rose and Elder.
Yeah,
That's right.
I can imagine.
And I knew her dad.
What about down at, you weren't at Gordon Park?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there too. All right, nice pitch.
I'll tell you, I've been doing this for 36 years. That's a long time.
You're only 25. How can that be?
Thank you.
Boy, that was a nice compliment.
Look at that. Look, she's ready to hit.
She's kind of looking here.
Yeah.
They got to make her swing the bat.
I was waiting for one to come down to her.
I don't know.
Wow, nice pitch.
Good swing.
She did foul that off.
Check her hand. The catcher got hit in the hand.
Yeah, fouled off.
She seems to be okay.
Well, the umpire's giving her time.
Whoops. He just checked her. Asked her, was she okay? Your catchers are tough. That's a tough, tough position.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Boy, she's battling up there. Coming up there swinging.
Strike three ends the inning.
Nice job. Way to work it from the mound.
Couple more strikeouts. And we have a special guest joining us in the house, the Commissioner of Interscholastic Athletics from CMSD, Desiree Powell. I could have sworn I've seen you somewhere before. You gotta feel great. You gotta feel great with all the support here, all the parents. The kids are out here playing well. They're getting along. It is like a drastic improvement. Your people have really worked hard at trying to make this better.
We're really trying. We have a long way to go, but we see some immediate strides and trying to get them some clinics before the season starts, and for them to do it as a whole unit of the Senate versus just a school here and there, so we can build that Senate pride back. Mm-hmm. And we had Chris, our athletic coordinator, scheduled for them to have a training over out at the Force, and I've heard nothing except praise from the girls about how wonderful it was and what all they learned, and they want to do it again next year.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And really, we mentioned earlier, but this doesn't really happen without Cleveland Indian Charities and their support for both of your spring sports with the baseball and the softball. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, they are constantly supporting us, whether it be trainings that we need or the funding that we get so that we can try to upgrade everything that we do. They're constantly in contact with us, and We just want to get more exposure so that the numbers keep coming out. The younger we can get to them, the better.
And, you know, when you look at these kids they're playing today, it's amazing. And I don't know if you get a chance to look at this, but we asked the kids this year, what is your career ambition? And you're getting things like physical therapist, biologist, engineer, neurologist, construction manager. And we were talking about all the construction we see around here.
Engineer.
Aerospace, biomed. I mean, the one that said sports management, I need to talk to her and tell her, hey, you don't know what you're going to get into, girl. But again, and these kids are 3.6, both teams. They're doing the job in the classroom.
Yes. They have high-quality curriculums, both in all of our schools, but particularly in John Hay and Rhodes that you're seeing today. And all the hard work and the messaging that the district does regarding career college readiness, it's evident when they come out with their responses like that, because then that means the hard work and the messaging that they do year-round is actually paying off.
Well, we definitely want to, first of all, we've already said our special thanks to Cleveland State University for making it possible to play here every year. This is really a treat in itself.
I'm just glad it's not raining today.
I am too.
My
For
Lord.
one, I'm glad it's not 50 degrees.
Oh, my Lord.
I've been sitting in 50-degree weather and rain for the last 2 months. So, like you were saying, again, about getting the younger generations involved, hopefully they can get more involved in the recreation department. Cleveland does have a partnership with RBI, correct?
Correct.
With the younger generations for softball and baseball both, and we really need to get our kids out here, get them involved. It makes them better students. It makes them better socially. It just makes them, it keeps them off the street. It gives them something to look forward to. You know, it teaches them how to bond and things of that nature. Not to mention, you know, collegiate opportunities down the road. You know, there are those opportunities, and we really need to get these kids out there at a young age.
Ground ball. Nice job on the defense.
Oh, she motored down there, boy, and she got
She did. Yeah.
Well, as we were mentioning about the summer opportunities, folks, and again, for those that are watching here today, if you're thinking about getting your daughter involved in the girls' fast pitch program during the summer months, you can pick up the phone right now and call 664-2014. That's 664-2014. Again, it's all free to all the kids that participate. It's funded through Cleveland Indian Charities and the RBI program. And again, it's after your season, so what a great opportunity.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Bunting is essential. Speed. Did you see her get down the line? It made them throw the ball and threw it away because it was a bang-bang play.
Wow.
That was a beautiful, but that was a textbook bunt right there. That's what I want. And not just that. Look what side of the plate it's on. It's going this way. It makes it harder. If you have a third baseman crashing, it's on that side. That's where I want it.
Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous job.
That was an excellent bunt.
And I'm sure, Desiree, when you go back and look at this just doesn't happen alone. It takes a lot of people that really give these kids this great opportunity.
It does. And what I wanted to mention regarding the programming for the parents, I just wanted to mention to them so that they know it's not so much that the kid has to love baseball initially or softball. They just need the exposure and then let them decide if they really love it. But I feel that a lot of kids aren't getting the exposure. And once they get the exposure, then they figure out what they fall in love with. So if they don't have that opportunity of exposure, it shuts things down. And I just want to stress that.
I agree on that.
So 1, 2, 3.
I'd rather see my kids out on a ball field than behind a TV playing a game.
Yeah.
Get them out there. It's good for their immune system. Get some dirt in your life.
Yeah.
My kids played in the Cleveland League. They're collegiate athletes. They both play in college.
And then the friends you make along the way, it's so much more, and it's just all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're forever friends.
Yep.
Well, we really want to thank you for coming by. I was shocked when I saw you come through. I said, she must have just got out of a meeting because it's always meet,
I
run
did.
here, run there.
I left work and came here.
Yes. But it's great that this is happening. And
I'm just grateful for Recreation and TV20. I mean, for us to have the partnership for all these years and to see it from both sides, it's been wonderful. And our kids look forward to this.
And I'd like to get your granted permission. I'd like to bring Chris in because, I mean, I wanted to tell Chris, I says, I hope your wife doesn't check your cell phone how many times we call about games that are rained out and what field we're going to tomorrow. But he's been a real pleasure to work with and trying to make this happen, and I think I just want to recognize him. Okay?
Good, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
So, folks, we are in the middle of the 5th inning. It is 7-1 Lady Rams over the Lady Hornets. We'll be right back with some more championship action.
Hey everyone, summer is coming, so that means it's time to get out and have some fun. Cleveland Recreation invites you to play by registering for any of our baseball, swimming, and junior golf programs. Baseball programs are available for youths ages 4 through 19. The basic fundamentals of the game are taught, and youths progress through various levels, ultimately participating in the Connie Mack League. If you would rather create a project of your own or express yourself through performing and visual arts, the Division of Recreation offers arts, crafts, ceramic programs, and show wagon performances. So come celebrate summer fun. Don't miss out on the free lunch program, summer camp, soapbox derby racing, and a host of other special events. You may even have the opportunity to celebrate an Indians victory in person at Progressive Field. Don't let summer pass you by. Visit one of our 20 recreation centers, 25 supervised playgrounds, 19 indoor pools, and 22 outdoor pools, and have yourself the best summer ever in the city of Cleveland.
All right, welcome back to Cleveland State University, Viking Field, where it's the Lady Rams from James Ford Rhodes and the John Hay Lady Hornets. And Michelle, bring in the guy that I tell you, he went through a lot of pain with the word rain. You know, and I said to Desiree earlier, Chris, I said, I got to get Chris in here because his wife ever checks that cell phone, she's going to start questioning, well, who the hell is this guy calling you all the time? We seem like every day we were on the phone trying to reschedule and make up games.
Yeah, we were, and I appreciate your flexibility.
And realistically, Chris, obviously it takes more than a league administrator, a lot of people getting on board and making it happen. So when you talk about some of the experience that you had this year, and Desiree talked about the clinic that you had out at the Forest, talk a little bit about the feedback you got and what that was all about.
Yeah, we had softball extreme. They put on a clinic for us at the Forest Center out in Northfield. Pretty much they went over the basics, batting, fielding. So what we're going to do probably next year is to have a special clinic just for pitching and catching.
And that's the knack here. I mean, Michelle, she has a daughter that has just been phenomenal. And I asked Michelle, you know, as a coach, and she says, well, you know, I'm the coach and the mom. So I said, okay.
For a long time.
But really, it is a challenge getting these kids because, you know, it seems like there's not that many out there that are willing to teach those fundamentals like you see in the baseball side of it. But with the fast pitch, it's really been a challenge.
Right.
Well, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment when you're a pitcher. You know, it's not easy. There's a lot of off time that you're out there practicing while everybody else is having fun.
Yes.
You know, you got to keep up to speed. You got to throw.
Absolutely.
And then when you're looking at the you know, as a league administrator, it's more than just the sport. I mean, you look at these grade point averages that they've given us and their ambitions and careers from neurologist to engineer and construction manager and aerospace. But the one lady, I'm going to point her out here, number 2, Naila Santana. Chris, you got to talk to her. She wants to get into sports management. We better warn her, you know, when you get rain, what it's like.
Well, speaking of Ms. Santana, she's on the mound right now.
Yeah, and they seem to really be enjoying themselves today.
Yeah, this is a great location. It's a great day for softball, so we're happy to be here.
And Chris, it's not just the softball you deal with. You deal, if I remember, you have the football too in the fall?
I do have football in the fall. I also have volleyball in the fall as well. So that keeps me quite busy.
I'm sure. I am absolutely sure. And I'm sure trying to keep up with all the guidelines and restrictions and the safety equipment and all that, that's a chore in itself, just to make sure, hey, we got the right type of helmets. We've been talking about this one helmet from this girl that's wearing it today, and Colin was explaining they got to have this sticker and they make sure that they do this. But from a league administrative point, you're stressing that every day when you're talking to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been trying to go out and get a couple sponsors to possibly help purchase some helmets for us for next year to pass out to all the teams. So hopefully that'll come through for us.
Yeah, as a softball parent, I can tell you the bats aren't cheap. And they don't last. You might get 2 seasons if you're lucky.
Right.
And with Ohio weather, it's cold.
When they told me that somebody paid like $300 for a bat, I'm like, are you serious? I would have never grabbed. I just said, give me that $10 bat. I'll make the outs.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
No, I really don't. And I'm sure that might be the low ball high one,
Yeah, and then talk about gloves.
Oh, my God.
You get an 82K, you're $400, easy. $90 cleats.
My Lord.
The good thing is when they get to college, they pay for all that.
Oh, well, that's great.
That's true.
But getting them through that too, then, boy.
Right.
But, Chris, if you had one advice you'd like to give to the parents that are out here seeing their kids play and, dealing with this as a sport for them, what advice would you give to them?
Well, my advice would be for them to be a student athlete. It's good to come out here on the field and, play well, but it all starts in the classroom. So we want to try to have well-rounded student athletes in this district. Like you said, there was a young lady that's got a 4.0 grade point average, so that's what we're trying to stress, academics plus athletics.
In the corner, fair ball. Here comes one run. She'll head for third, and she's in there, and now it comes to the back. She'll hold there. Beyonce O'Neal.
There you go.
Wow, just what you look for in a leadoff hitter.
Yeah. Almost hit that home run. 3 in.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you, it's been a real good year as far as the kids getting some opportunity. Next year, we're going to pray that whoever set up the global warning, that they get it straight so we don't have to deal with that rainy weather, because this by far was the record year with rain.
I agree.
I mean, it got to the point where Chris would call me and say, wait a minute, that synthetic turf field over at Estabrook, can we use that one? We're starting to look for those synthetic turf fields to play more.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that's going to change next year with the city because of the Cleveland Indians and Major League Baseball
They're turfing the fields.
putting turfing fields over at Brookside Park and Luke Easter.
That's great.
So it's going to be a big plus, Chris, that we know we got a couple we can play every day.
Yes, absolutely. We're looking forward to that. And then actually also, too, I want to thank the Cleveland Indians for all their support.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal. They really have. And, it started in 1997 when they first were going to shut it down, and they stepped up and kept it together, and they've been there definitely a big part of making this happen. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. And our special thanks to Rebecca Kodich, the executive director of Cleveland Indian Charities, as well as the president of the Cleveland Indians, Larry Dolan, Paul Dolan, and all the folks over there at the Indian shop. So we pick up out here, and if I'm right, she scored. We're at 9 runs in, so we should be 2 outs?
2 outs.
So, Chris, I'm not going to hold you too long here because I know you got to get ready for the post-game ceremony. We're giving out the trophies and that. But again, I want to thank you so much for coming by and stopping by and seeing us here today.
No, thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
All right, thanks.
Ground ball. Nice play.
Nice job.
Oh! She wants that one back.
Yeah.
She made a nice
there
play
for a
and then
minute.
just didn't focus on making the good throw.
Has a lot of time. She's got the shortest throw in the on the field right now. It wasn't too bad.
Definitely could have been
Better.
catchable if you didn't have a 6'5" first baseman. That would have helped.
I'll take her.
Any day.
Yes.
Colin Robertson is back with us. And Colin, before we wrap up this game, I definitely want to talk about another issue that's becoming a nationwide issue, not just in baseball and softball, but all sports, where there's a lack of officials. And they're saying a lot of it has to do with the spectators.
Exactly. My theory is no spectators, coaches and players only. The spectators are threatening umpires. They're threatening basketball officials, football officials. I had one the other day where one of my umpires had a problem at a game. He walked to his car, and a fan actually followed him to his car.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And you have no protection as an official out there. You don't have the police there. You don't have this. And you have to put up with the fans. It's not the kids. It's not the coaches. It's the fans. 60%. 60% of the officials these days are 60 years and older. How sad is that?
You know what? Here's the thing. I think we got to tell the parents more and more. This game is not your game.
No.
It's the kids' game.
Stop trying to live through your
be
children.
supportive. Be encourageable. And I think if they keep that in mind, that hey, we're here to support and give them the support. And listen, part of the game of sports, whatever sport it is, even if the official doesn't make the right, that's part of dealing with life.
Exactly.
Right, they're human.
Exactly.
They're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
My favorite saying is there's no such thing as a bad call.
Right.
Just some are worse than others.
I have to remember that one.
Those are the ones that get you in trouble.
And you really don't want to be out there making a bad call. They know that. It just
no, they
happens.
don't. They don't know that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And there's people that argue the infield fly rule.
Look at that, right down the line. Oh!
She's off to second base. Off to second.
Uh-oh.
She's in.
Nope. She cut it. I should have let it go through instead of making the cut. That's where your team has to talk. Let it go, go to two, go to two.
Blue. Heads up.
There's a dangerous position here when Santiago's
See?
around.
That's what you're talking about, right? You got to worry about the
That's
spectators.
what I'm talking about. Here comes the spectator
right.
throwing the ball at the umpire.
Oh, the hazard of being an umpire anymore.
It's not just, it's any official, any sport.
And I'm kind of like, everybody that comes to an athletic contest, they're trying to make sure it's a good experience.
Exactly.
You know, and sometimes parents get to the point where they think, well, you know, if you don't win by a score, you're not a winner, and that's not true at all.
Nope.
These kids have played great here today. You look at John Hay. Now they've made some errors, but they've also made some great plays.
Yeah.
They have. They're in this game.
Yeah. And I mean, you sit here and you go, wow, what an improvement from day one to day two, and then the grades and their careers.
I can actually say that at the beginning of the year, they have improved 100%. They really have. And getting back to the officials, the Ohio Congress Senate they're going to pass a law where it's a felony now to go after an official.
Okay. I agree with that.
Oh, I do too.
Well, we hope that the ones that are watching this today kind of keep that in mind when you're at an athletic contest and you're rooting on your child. Try to keep it positive.
Yep.
You know, when the kids make a bad play, they feel bad enough, you know.
Yeah. The kids feel bad enough. Don't add to it.
Yeah.
Well, don't embarrass them either.
Exactly.
They'll be embarrassed,
Exactly.
you know.
But we're going to work at it every day. We're going to try to make it better, and we need their help. We're all in this together for the betterment of the children that play these sports, and we got to give it to them that way.
I'll say one thing for the Senate and for the youth games that you have a part of. We don't have problems with them. We do not have parents that come down and get on the officials at all. So, it's working.
That's great. That is great to hear.
Oh, wow.
So we will go to the 6th. The run spread is 10. And it's 9 right now.
Right.
So they'll get to bat one more time, and then we'll see if they can do something here, and then we'll see what happens in the 6th. But again, we've been talking about the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and we want to remind you that next week, Colin will be with us again, and we'll be heading over to League Park, where it'll be the boys' championship game between the Rhodes Rams and the John Marshall Lawyers. And again, League Park, a lot of history there, folks. If you haven't seen it, you need to get over there. They got a great museum, and there's a lot of things happening with that facility. And it's one of the times where I know that if you have an outfielder that don't have speed, they're in trouble at League Park, because that ball flies like, man. So it's going to be interesting. So TV20 will be with us. Yeah, we've talked about Brookside Talty Field and Luke Easter. We were talking about it with Chris here, because we said, Chris, next year we know we can get some more games in because we got those turf fields.
Yep.
When is construction slated for
it should be done by July.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They're working out there now.
Yeah, they are.
They'll have them done by July 1. It'll be part of
Are they
going
to have the regular leagues down there going on?
Baseball.
Oh,
Baseball only.
Baseball only?
Yeah, no softball.
Okay.
Yeah. Once we get, once we're able to go in there and start playing, they'll be used, believe me. And the girls will play on Luke Easter number 7 next year in the spring. I can guarantee you we'll play there every chance we get.
Well, look how many games you got in at Estherbrook this year that didn't play someplace else.
Yeah.
True. Wow.
Fly ball. Center. Oh.
I think she overran that a little bit, misunderestimated it.
And it was Kellyanne Santiago. Thought she tracked it right. So on second base is Nicole Delaney with the air.
Here we go again. Nice swing.
Man, you can see the difference.
She knew there was no question. She was heading right to second. She was going.
Absolutely. I should ask our guy, Angelo, you know the person that's on second base? Have you seen her play before? The second baseman, Nicole? Yeah, the one that's on second base. See that fast? Oh, you're from Rhodes. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm just messing with you, man. But Beyonce is pretty fast, isn't she?
She's very quick.
Do you have that much speed like her? We'll find out come Monday, right? Remember that, Colin. Remember this guy. See if he can do it. I know they're excited about playing.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Yeah, no pressure. Oh. Got her chasing.
She knew it, too.
Mm-hmm.
She knew it.
That was another strikeout.
So we get one down. And now it is Nia Badley. She singled her last time up. And she's got some good speed. 4.0, Biomed. Loves the tribe. And she loves playing a game of softball. You go, girl.
That's right.
Right on the button. Over to first. Nice play by the defense.
Another run across the plate.
Rihanna Vasquez to Beyonce O'Neal. You're looking at Brianna. Nice play, girl.
She's tough. That girl is tough.
So they pick up the run, but they pick up also an out, so there's two down. You look at it right there. Wow, right on the money. So two down, and now it's Ariana Powell.
Ariana's our aerospace engineer. Okay.
She loves to read. It's a great thing. Senior, 4.0. I'll pop that up. And that'll end the inning. But they do come up with another run. And at the middle of 6 innings of play, the Rhodes Rams lead 10-2. So, Michelle, when we really look at this game, the score is so misleading, and you look at the great plays that we've seen today. A lot of these kids have played well.
I agree. I think that, like you said, it's very misleading. A lot of those runs were scored early in the game. There were some errors. I still blame that on jitters. You know, they're here, they're nervous. So, well, you know, we'll have to see. John Hay's not giving up, though, as you could see.
No.
They're not giving up.
Yeah, they have really given a good effort here today. I'm sure that when we talk to Rick will say, hey, it's all about, you can't have that many walks. And I'm glad to hear what Chris said about trying to get a pitcher's clinic done next year for the pitchers and catchers. That will help all the teams in the league.
Absolutely, it will.
So, but the biggest thing is, the experience that they get playing on this field. That's something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. I mean, you're on a Division I softball field right now. Very nice facility.
Oh my!
It's very generous of Cleveland State to allow them to use this. It's just an all-around great. And look at the scenery, the background. This is beautiful.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better setup. And then I have to ask you this, Michelle. We've been talking about coaching, but if you're that parent in the stands and your daughter's there, are you the well-behaved parent? Or are you screaming, infield fly or something else?
Of course, I am I might scream something.
I wanted to get it firsthand.
Now, Danny, I don't know. Danny, sometimes we have to, pull him back in. No.
Really?
No, you know what? There's no point in acting that way.
Yeah.
Really.
But I know your nerves got to be crazy when you're talking about going to the College World Series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It gets that way.
That's huge. That is huge for a team from the Cleveland area to go to the World Series is huge.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. You know, my oldest daughter's a pitcher, and, you know, she would pitch. She pitched in the MAC. They were MAC champs and everything. I would pace. You wouldn't even see me near I would pace. You wouldn't even see me because I was nervous. You know, it's natural. You know.
Well, I will confess, as much as I don't want to, but I'm gonna be honest. There's times I've watched a game on TV, and it gets so tight, it gets so nervous. I gotta shut it off. I just can't take it.
I know.
You know.
Not just baseball either, or softball. There's basketball. It gets the same way. So.
Yeah. And man, did CMSD put on quite a show with the basketball championship games this year over.
I saw those, yes.
Oh my Lord. We had half the folks going home, and they were all coming back.
Yep.
Very good swing. Not just what you were mentioning about parents behaving in the stands and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
There's one other problem that sometimes we face as coaches is your parents are coaching from the stands.
Oh my
Sometimes they're telling you things to do, your kid to do this, your kid to do that. It's a distraction. Don't do it, please. Just don't do that. The coaches know what they're doing. That's why they're coaches. You know, don't undermine them.
Yeah,
let your child have fun.
I've heard, and Colin, you might be able to help me on this, but I know in the softball and baseball, there's been some fields where they put tarps behind home plate so they can't see, so they can't sit back there and tell them what to do.
And, well, it's not only that. When you're an umpire behind home plate and you got somebody standing right behind you, and you call a ball or a strike, that's when they get upset, when they can see. My games, you're either on the side or you're on the other side. You're not right behind. And I tell my umpires, clear the backstop.
Yeah.
Do not let them back there. That's when everybody gets upset.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right. I've seen, and I've heard numerous coaches say, oh, my God, this father, he's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
You know.
One guy told me can be that way.
He was a school coach, and he said, Tim, it was so bad. The kid's a good kid, you know, and he's learning and all that. He says, but the father told him, we're going to be hitting them. I'm going to be hitting that bucket of balls after the game. So you keep fielding till you get it right, you know. Oh, my Lord.
Well, there's a fan here today. I've heard him 5-6 times telling the first baseman where to go.
Oh, yeah.
And again, they're taking it away from the coach.
Yeah.
The coach knows exactly what the girl's supposed to do.
You know what? And after the game's in the books already. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you have to leave it there.
Absolutely.
You have to teach your children to be good sportsmen, have good sportsmanship, but so do the parents. So support your kids. Do a good job.
So Lamari Hernandez at bat.
Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
And the pitcher that's been in, doing a halfway decent job, Nahali Santana. She made a great catch in the outfield earlier today. And now it's Judy Gross. She's been putting the bat on the ball all day. They're going to try to run. There's the throw, and that hurt him.
There's another run.
Roses win 11-2. Bottom number 6.
She made him pay on that overthrow.
Yeah.
There's another one up on the board. I wonder why they switched Izzy out. She was doing a good job. Maybe she got a little tired.
I think so. I think
Maybe
that
pitch
was
count.
part of it, and yeah, I
don't know where her pitch
they're
count was
looking
at.
out for her best interest, you know.
Absolutely. Did they play this week?
No, they got rained out this week.
Okay.
Yeah, they have not had, I can say, too many days consecutively where they could play.
Oh, well.
Oh my Lord, this has been like, I hate calling, you know, I get a call from the assigner, from the umpires, And he'll start calling like at 10 in the morning. Okay, what's the fields?
Right.
How are we looking? You know, are we moving this one? We're doing that one, you know.
Well, it's the same with the adult softball. Look at co-ed hasn't played all year.
Yeah. We've had 4 Fridays in a row or something.
Exactly.
We got knocked out.
It's supposed to rain again tomorrow.
Yeah. Please don't, Lord, please. We're going to probably, if we lose tomorrow, that means we're opening on Memorial Day weekend, which I really didn't have scheduled. So what does that tell you?
That's when fall ball starts.
Yeah. Well, that's another story in itself, because Sunday night we're finishing up last year's fall ball championship.
Exactly. And we've been rained out 3 weeks on that.
Yeah.
Oh, my. I told you guys Mother Nature has not been kind to us this year.
We're going to have to come up with a prayer or something to say, Lord, we got it. I mean, you look around here, these trees are all green, full, and ready to go.
Yes.
So this is a key run at third. If this run scores, I believe we will have the run spread.
Game's over.
And Judy's been putting the bat on the ball all day and scored. It's a tough out.
Ball 4. Walk it out. That's how I walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out.
So now, Kellyanna Santiago.
It looks like John Hayden's getting out here to get this stopped.
And we are in the 6th. Rams have second and third. If one run scores here to kick it to 10, then that ball game would be over on the run spread.
Yes.
Here she comes. Here she comes. Ball game.
So that should do it. And they will call it.
5 in a row.
And again, you're seeing some happy kids here. And folks, when we come back, we'll have the post-game ceremony right on center field. Correct. Right on home plate.
Right.
Right after this.
It's that time again. Time to register your kids for summer camp at George L. Forbes. You must be a City of Cleveland resident between the ages of 9 and 13 and available for 1 free week of summer camp June through August. To register, bring proof of residency, age, and guardianship, up-to-date immunization records, and a copy of a physical to any City of Cleveland Recreation Center. For more info, call Camp Forbes at 216-263-5325. Again, that's 216-263-5325. And I'll see you at George L. Forbes this summer.
Welcome back to Cleveland State University, Viking Field. Again, with me is Chris Callender from Cleveland Metropolitan Schools and the athletic office. And Chris, a special presentation.
I want to congratulate John Hay Hornets on an excellent season and the runner-up trophy for the Senate Championship. Congratulations, Coach.
Coach, let's talk about this beautiful team that you've had. You know, we talked earlier in the week, and you said, hey, one of the key things is if we throw the strikes, we can be in the game. And your kids, even though that score came out like it did, it doesn't simplify what this game was about. They made some phenomenal plays, and you got some great kids on this team.
I have some excellent athletes, some excellent students, and some beautiful people. These ladies are going to go far in life.
Well, I'll tell you what, I looked at some of the careers and the grade point averages, and I can tell you right now, they're in great shape. And girls, you did a phenomenal job. Miss Metzger, I think I said it right. Metzel did a nice job. And the girl in center that made that catch, I'm telling you, we need them for the Cleveland Indians fast. But you guys did a great job. And again, thank you so much for today. And listen, there's another day coming tomorrow. We'll be up and we'll do it one more time. But you guys enjoy it. So there you have it, our runner-up from John Hay. When we come back, we'll have the Rhodes Rams right after this.
Hey everyone, summer is coming, so that means it's time to get out and have some fun. Cleveland Recreation invites you to play by registering for any of our baseball, swimming, and junior golf programs. Baseball programs are available for youths ages 4 through 19. The basic fundamentals of the game are taught, and youths progress through various levels, ultimately participating in the Connie Mack League. If you would rather create a project of your own or express yourself through performing and visual arts, the Division of Recreation offers arts, crafts, ceramic programs, and show wagon performances. So come celebrate summer fun. Don't miss out on the free lunch program, summer camp, soapbox derby racing, and a host of other special events. You may even have the opportunity to celebrate an Indians victory in person at Progressive Field. Don't let summer pass you by. Visit one of our 20 recreation centers, 25 supervised playgrounds, 19 indoor pools, and 22 outdoor pools, and have yourself the best summer ever in the city of Cleveland.
Welcome back to Cleveland State University Viking Field. And we would always say it, but this year is history for Rhodes because they become the first team in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District to win it 6 years in a row in the girls' basketball. So, Chris, let's get some hardware out and we'll talk to the coach.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations to the ladies. Great season. You guys played well today. Just want to give you guys the Senate Championship Trophy 6 years in a row. Congratulations.
John, tell us a little bit about this team and how it's been a phenomenal year all season long.
They're a wonderful group of girls. I was just telling the other day how blessed I am just to have them. They're hardworking, and they're just great kids, too. I thought I had a lot of girls coming back this year, but it turns out there was only 5, so we had a lot of new faces, but they all worked really hard, and days even I tried to give them off, they wanted to practice, so they're a committed group. I'm just lucky to have them.
Well, girls, you've done a phenomenal job, and Beyonce, where's Beyonce? Don't you ever drive a car like the way you run bases. They'll give you a lot of tickets that way. But again, congratulations. You are the city champions of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Again, congratulations. Michelle? What a day. Young ladies performed so well. It's a day that will put a lot of memories in their minds for years to come. It's been one great day today.
Yes, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day for softball. Congratulations, ladies. You guys did a great job. But I want to commend you on one thing. Besides all what was done here out on the field, I am so highly impressed by your GPAs. And all your hard work. It's hard being a student athlete. Congratulations. Coach, congratulations.
Well, folks, before we leave, we're going to take one last look at some of the faces and some of the great plays. They're part of the 2019 Girls Fast Pitch Championship. So for Michelle Rivera, I'm Tim Wells. Thanks for being part of TV20. Good night, everyone. Cleveland.